Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 12 of Sam's Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. We'll be talking about this morning. We'll be talking about some MLB stuff. We'll be going through college basketball, like standings and rank and everything. All right. Let me pull up the chat here. Okay. All right. So if I open up a tab here and go to MLB, if I open up another tab, go to ESPN. Alright, let's start in MLB. So, first off, in yesterday morning stream, we already mentioned Cubs inked lefty Caleb Thielbar on a one-year deal. If we look, and let me see. News, here we go. News. Alright, so MLB came out with an article here by MLB.com, per MLB.com, 12 a.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. our time, Central Time. Title of the article is Rivers is Happy New Year, one prediction for each team in 2025. In the AL East, for the Blue Jays, it's Bo Bichette bounces back to stardom. If we go scroll all the way down, let's see what the Ashes are. So the Angels are Trout bounces back and returns to MVP form. He hasn't been in MVP form just because he's been injured all the time. Astros. Hunter Brown will win the AL Cy Young Award. Now, this is a big prediction. This is a big, bold prediction just because is Brown a good pitcher? Is Brown a good starting pitcher? Yes. Is he a good guy to have in your rotation? Of course. But in the end, is he that type of – is he ready or does he have the stuff to be a Cy Young caliber pitcher yet? That's the question. I think he's a great pitcher. I think he's great for the Astros rotation. But I don't know if he's exactly Cy Young caliber yet. We'll see. We'll see what he looks like here in the 2025 season. But, oh, by the way, everybody, Happy New Year. It's 2025 now. January 1st, 2025. But yeah, I don't know if Brown will be that type of pitcher or is ready to be that type of pitcher yet. I don't know. I mean, it's a good thing to think about for a little bit and decide on your own, but in the end, I have no idea. So, but if we take a look, news, there we go. Alright, so there's also this one. Each team's breakout player for 2025. Continue reading. For the AL East, it's infielder Will Wagner, who we traded to get Yusei Kikuchi. Hold on, guys. Let me shut my door. Alright, guys, I'm back. So, yeah. Orioles, we got second baseman / shortstop Jackson Holiday. Rays, we got third baseman Junior Caminero. Red Sox left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet, who they got in a trade with the White Sox. Yankees catcher Austin Wells. Alright, so if we scroll all the way down, who's the Angels and Astros? So the Angels is catcher Logan O'Hoppe. I would agree with that. O'Hoppe was pretty good last season. Actually, if we take a look at his stats from this past season in 2024, he 479 at bats, 64 runs scored, 117 hits, 20 home runs, 56 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a .244 batting average, .303 on base percentage, .712 OPS. So he's one of those mid players. He's one of those players where he might get up to like a 250 or 255 batting average, but he's not gonna reach to the big ones like 270, 280, 290, 300. He might have reached 300 earlier this past season. I have no idea. I can't remember. And here's the other question. And here's the other thing. The Angels signed catcher Travis d'Arnaud earlier this offseason, who was a catcher for the Braves this past season. So, last season. So, in my opinion, Travis d'Arnaud is probably going to be the main catcher for the Angels, and Logan O'Hoppe is probably going to move back to as like a backup for the Angels in case Travis d'Arnaud needs like a break or if he's injured and stuff like that. O'Hoppe will probably just be the backup. But for the Astros, it's right-handed pitcher Spencer Arrighetti. Now, Spencer Arrighetti, look, he had a rough start to his career, but then he started getting on the right track towards the end of last season, and he was striking out guys. He was doing pretty well. And he might be the breakout player for the Astros. He might be. I can see that for sure. Now, are there other guys that could also possibly be the breakout person? Yes, you got Shea Whitcomb. You got Shea Whitcomb. You got JP France. You got a whole bunch of guys that you got a whole bunch of rookies on this Astros team that can totally be a breakout player for this Astros organization. But let's move on to ESPN, and let's take a look at some scores. Alright, so to cap off yesterday, of course, we all know West Virginia pulled off the upset over number 7 ranked Kansas 62-61. Baylor pulled off a pretty blowout win over Utah 81-56. 1 ranked Tennessee beat Norfolk State 67-52. 4 ranked Duke beat Virginia Tech 88-65. 8 ranked Marquette beat Providence 78-50. 10 ranked Kentucky beat Brown 88-54. And moving on, we got today, Wednesday, January 1st, which is today. The only game that's on is at 1 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. The 11 ranked the 11 ranked UConn Huskies take on the DePaul Blue Demons. Also, let me open up a YouTube tab here to make sure my live stream is actually working. Yeah, it's working. Also, let me open up. Yeah, it's working. Okay, that's good. Anyone want to join in, you can. We've been going on for about 11 minutes now. We still got time. Thursday, tomorrow, January 2nd, we got 21 ranked Memphis taking on Florida Atlantic at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. And at 7 p.m. on FS1, we got 20 ranked Purdue taking on Minnesota. And at 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got 19 ranked Gonzaga taking on Portland. And then at 9 p.m. on FS1, we got 9 ranked Oregon taking on 22 ranked Illinois. And last one I'll read off for this morning's live stream. Friday, January 3rd, we got 18 ranked Michigan State and Ohio State. And then we got 8 p.m. FS1, Creighton against number 8 ranked Marquette. Let's do one more, just because. Saturday, January 4th. Actually, you know what? We'll do Saturday and Sunday, and then that's it. Saturday, January 4th at 1 p.m. on CBS, we got 25 ranked Baylor taking on 3 ranked Iowa State. At 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got BYU taking on number 14 ranked Houston. At 10 a.m. on ESPN, we got 6 ranked Florida taking on 10 ranked Kentucky. At 11 a.m. SEC Network, Georgia takes on 24 ranked Ole Miss. At 12 p.m. on ESPN, we got 23 ranked Arkansas against 1 ranked Tennessee. 1 p.m. on Fox, 15 ranked UCLA takes on Nebraska. At 1 p.m. on the SEC Network, South Carolina takes on 17 ranked Mississippi State. At 1:15 p.m. on the CW Network, 4 ranked Duke takes on SMU. 1:30 p.m. ESPN2, Arizona takes on 16 ranked Cincinnati. 3 p.m. SEC Network, Missouri takes on 2 ranked Auburn. 5 p.m. SEC Network, 12 ranked Oklahoma takes on 5 ranked Alabama. Texas takes on 13 ranked Texas A&M. At 7 p.m. on the SEC Network. And then last but not least, at 8 o'clock p.m., ESPN Plus, 8 p.m., we got 19 ranked Gonzaga taking on Loyola Marymount. If we go to Sunday, January 5th, we got at 1 p.m. on NBC, we got 11 ranked UConn taking on Providence. Also at 1 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got Northwestern taking on 20 ranked Purdue. At 3 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got 7 ranked Kansas. 7 ranked Kansas taking on UCF. 3 p.m. on Peacock, Maryland taking on 9 ranked Oregon. 3 p.m. Big Ten Network, 22 ranked Illinois against Washington. 4 p.m. ESPN, North Texas against 21 ranked Memphis. And I read this. 3 p.m. ESPN Plus, 7 ranked Kansas against UCF. So yeah, that's it for the scores. Now let's do the conference standings and stuff. Alright, so for the ASUN, we got the Lipscomb Bisons. For the America East, we got the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. American Athletic Conference, we got North Texas Mean Greens, which is interesting because it was Memphis, but it just changed to North Texas. Atlantic 10 Conference, we got the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. The Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC, we got the Duke Blue Devils. In the Big 12, we got the West Virginia Mountaineers, who took over above Iowa State now. Big East Conference, we got the Marquette Golden Eagles. Big Sky, we got Northern Arizona. And Big South, we got High Point. Big 10, we got Michigan State. Big West, we got UC San Diego. Coastal Athletic Association, we got Hampton. Conference USA, we got Liberty. Horizon League, we got Youngstown State Penguins. Ivy League, we got the Columbia Lions. In the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, we got Marist. In the Mid-American Conference, we got Kent State. In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, we got Norfolk State. In the Missouri Valley Conference, we got Drake. In the Mountain West Conference, we got Utah State. In the Northeast Conference, we got Central Connecticut. In the Ohio Valley Conference, we got Morehead State. And in the Patriot League, we got Holy Cross. In the Southeastern Conference, aka the SEC, we got Alabama. In the Southern Conference, we got Furman. In the Southland Conference, we got McNeese. In the Southwestern Athletic Conference, we got Southern. In the Summit League, we got North Dakota. And yes, David, Oral Roberts is still in dead last in the Summit League. They're actually now 4-9. They won a game. Actually, let's take a look at that. So, their last game, they won 92-54 over like a D3 team. Okay. Let me scroll all the way down. Okay, so where's this? Here we go. And Sunbelt Conference, we got Arkansas State. West Coast Conference, we got San Francisco. And last but not least, in the Western Athletic Conference, we got the Grand Canyon Lopes beating out the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. So yeah, that's it for that. Let's now take a look at the rankings. Alright, so obviously the top 13 is the same. Houston moved up by 1, they're now 14. UCLA moved up at 7, they're now 15. Cincinnati moved up by 2. Went up by 1, they're now 16. Mississippi State went up by 2, they're now 17. Michigan State stays the same. Moving down by 5 is Gonzaga, they're at 19. Purdue at 20, moved up by 1. Memphis moved up by 5, they're now at 21. Illinois moved up by 2, they're now 22. Arkansas stays the same. Dropping 8 spots was Ole Miss, they're now 24. Baylor stays the same, they're at 25. Let me go ahead. Let me see. So, bracketology. Let's see if Joe Lenardi's updated. He has. He's updated. All right. Let's look at the bracketology. Bracket watch. Top overall seed, Auburn. I agree with that. Missouri, first team out. Okay, I can see that. Last team in, Vanderbilt. Now, I think Vanderbilt's a great team, but I don't know if they have the type of players that can make the NCAA tournament. So, I don't know. I may slightly disagree with Joe Lenardi picking Vanderbilt there, but oh well. On the bubble, last 4 byes, San Diego State, West Virginia, Penn State, and Texas. Last 4 in, Arizona State, SMU, Nebraska, Vanderbilt. First 4 out, Missouri, Iowa, St. Mary's, Northwestern. Next 4 out, BYU, Creighton, Arizona, Louisville. 68 team bracket. Alright, so in the first 4 games, so we got Southern University taking on Hampton. We got Arizona State taking on SMU. Lehigh taking on Southeast Missouri State. And Nebraska taking on Vanderbilt. Alright, start in the South region. The 1 seed Auburn Tigers take on the winner of the first 4 game between Southern University and Hampton. Winner would be the 16 seed in the South region. Clemson, 8 seed, takes on the 9 seed Ohio State. 5 seed Michigan State takes on the 12 seed San Francisco. 4 seed Mississippi State takes on a 13 seed Grand Canyon. 6 seed Baylor takes on 11 seed Drake. 3 seed Texas A&M takes on 14 seed at Lipscomb. 7 seed Utah State against 10 seed North Carolina. 2 seed Oregon against 15 seed at Central Connecticut. In the West region, we got 1 seed Duke taking on 16 seed at Marist. 8 seed Ole Miss taking on 9 seed Texas Tech. We got 5 seed Memphis. 5 seed Memphis taking on 12 seed UC San Diego. We got 4 seed at UCLA taking on 13 seed at McNeese. We got 6 seed Illinois taking on 11 seed Arizona State or SMU. A winner of that first 4 game. 3 seed Kentucky takes on 14 seed Kent State. 7 seed St. John's takes on 10 seed San Diego State. That guy, I could actually see an upset. I could actually see San Diego State taking down St. John's. 2 seed Florida taking on 15 seed Northern Colorado. We move on to the East region. 1 seed, the Iowa State Cyclones, taking on the winner of the first 4 games, the 16 seed Southeast Missouri State or Lehigh. 8 seed Wisconsin taking on 9 seed Arkansas. 5 seed Oklahoma versus 12 seed Liberty. 4 seed Houston against 13 seed Furman. 6 seed Pitt against 11 seed Vanderbilt or Nebraska. One of that of the first 4 game. 3 seed UConn taking on 14 seed High Point. 7 seed Maryland taking on 10 seed West Virginia. I could also see West Virginia taking down Maryland there. 2 seed Auburn taking on 15 seed Norfolk State. Last but not least, we got the Midwest region. We got 1 seed Tennessee taking on 16 seed Youngstown State. 8 seed Dayton taking on 9 seed Georgetown. Georgia is what I meant. Georgia. I can actually see Georgia taking down Dayton there as well. 5 seed Purdue taking on 12 seed Arkansas State. 4 seed Gonzaga taking on 13 seed Princeton. Alright, I might be crazy, but I can actually see. Oh, new chat message. Hold on. Mom says good morning. We've been going on for 24 minutes now. So if we look, I may be crazy, but Purdue has been one of those teams where they've kind of fallen apart this season. And if I'm going to be honest, Arkansas State has already upset Memphis 1 time. Has already upset a ranked team this season. They upset Memphis earlier this season. So I would not earlier this season in non-conference play. So I would not be shocked if we do indeed see a 12 seed over a 5 seed here in this matchup. However, I do not see Princeton getting over Gonzaga. I just don't. Gonzaga has way too powerful of an offense, way too powerful of a defense also, for them to get upset by a team like Princeton. We got 6 seed Michigan taking on 11 seed Texas. Now, I could also see Texas taking down Michigan here for the 11 over 6 seed upset. 3 seed Kansas takes on 14 seed North Dakota State. Kansas has been losing, but I don't think they're going to lose to a team like North Dakota State. I feel like North Dakota State will make too many mistakes in this game. would make too many mistakes in that game to go up against Kansas. Seven ranked Cincinnati, 10 ranked Penn State. 7 seed Cincinnati against 10 seed at Penn State. I could see Penn State over Cincinnati, honestly. 2 seed Marquette against 15 seed UMass Lowell. I do not see UMass Lowell getting past a team like Marquette. If we go back to the homepage here. So we actually have some breaking. We actually have some actual news. The TCU Horned Frogs, and by the way, this is per ESPN. This is per Pete Thamel, Senior College Sports Insider. He writes, TCU. So the title of the article is Sources: TCU to hire Army's Mike Buddy as a new athletic director. Yes, Pete Thamel writes, TCU has found its new athletic director, as the school is expected to hire Army's athletic director, Mike Buddy, in the upcoming days, source told ESPN on Tuesday. The school has begun to inform key stakeholders to the hire, sources told ESPN. Buddy, who has been at Army since 2019, heads to TCU in the wake of one of the Black Knights' most successful football seasons in modern history. Army, with 12 wins in football for the first time in school history, won the American Athletic Conference in its first year in the league. Buddy, who's 54 years old, led Army University from independence in football into the AAC during his tenure, bringing a league affiliation while still allowing the Black Knights to compete for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. But yeah, so he goes on to write, at TCU, he'll replace Jeremiah Donati, how do you say it, who left for the athletic director job at South Carolina in early December. Buddy takes over an athletic department where the football program is coming off a 9-4 season and played for the national title after the 2022 season. In the reconfigured Big 12, TCU looms as one of the league's top jobs. The athletic department has established coaches in Sonny Dykes football, and Jamie Dixon in men's basketball. Buddy brings extensive experience as a fundraiser, as he oversaw multiple key fundraising efforts at West Point. So there you go. So TCU is hiring Army's athletic director Mike Buddy as their new athletic director. So that's interesting. If we go back to the home page here, let me see. If you guys are also interested, these are the other games that are today as well. So coming up at 11 a.m. Central Time on the ACC network, Miami takes on Boston College. At 1 p.m. Central Time on the ACC network, Pitt takes on Cal. Pitt takes on California. Stanford takes on Clemson at 3 p.m. Central Time on the ACC network. Also on the ACC network at 5 p.m. Central Time tonight, this evening, we got North Carolina taking on Louisville. At 2 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, we got Drake taking on UIC. Just to clarify, the UIC Flames, or who they are. But yeah. Drake also, by the way, Drake is 12-0. I just now realized that. Drake is 12-0. They can win this game, they'll be 13-0 to start off the season. Which would be a wonderful start for the Drake Bulldogs. Drake Bulldogs. But let me see. So if we keep scrolling here, so I found this interesting. So NCAA men's basketball power rankings. Auburn and Tennessee stay at the top. Let's see. So number 1, we got the Auburn Tigers. Number 2, Tennessee Volunteers. Number 3, Iowa State Cyclones. Number 4, Duke Blue Devils. Number 5, Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 6, Florida Gators. Number 7, Oregon Ducks. Number 8, we got Kentucky Wildcats. Number 9, we got the Marquette Golden Eagles. Number 10, the Kansas Jayhawks. Number 11, Texas A&M Aggies. Number 12, UConn Huskies. Number 13, Ole Miss Rebels. Number 14, Gonzaga Bulldogs. Number 15, Oklahoma Sooners. Number 16, Mississippi State Bulldogs. Number 17, San Diego State Aztecs. 18, Houston Cougars. 19, Michigan State Spartans. 20, UCLA Bruins. 21, Cincinnati Bearcats. 22, Dayton Flyers. 23, Purdue Boilermakers. 24, Baylor Bears. And 25, the Memphis Tigers. So, like I mentioned, Baylor's at 24. Wait, hold on. Let me just take a look at that real quick. So yeah, Baylor's at 24. Kansas is at 10. Houston is at 18. Let me close both tabs here. But yeah, so again, this is one of those things where must-win situations. They have to win these. All 3 teams have to win these games coming up if they're going to want to not only get higher in the rankings, but as well get higher in the power rankings as well. So, like, I'll take a look here. I should have never closed that ESPN tab because I was going to go back to it, but whatever. If we take a look Baylor. Baylor's next game is at 1 p.m. on CBS on this Saturday against 3-ranked Iowa State. Then they play January 7th at 7 p.m. against Cincinnati, 16-ranked Cincinnati. Then they got Arizona State and Arizona, then TCU, Kansas State, Utah, BYU, etc., etc. So yeah, they have to win these games coming up. At least some of them. They may not win all of them. Like, for example, it's going to be hard beating a team like Arizona. No doubt about it. It's going to be hard for Baylor to beat a team like Arizona. So that may be a loss, but every other game they need to win. If we take a look at Kansas, same thing for Kansas. Let me see. The next game is at this Sunday at 3 p.m. against UCF. Then they got Arizona State, 16-ranked Cincinnati, 3-ranked Iowa State, Kansas State, TCU, 14-ranked Houston, UCF, 25-ranked Baylor, etc., etc. They have to win these games. The only hard thing they're going to have a hard time with all these games, but the team that will probably give them the most pressure and that will probably make them run for their money the most is probably Iowa State. Iowa State, I see Iowa State as being a dangerous team to face this season in the Big 12 conference. I see Iowa State as a team you do not want to face in any point in, like, whether it's the Big 12, whether it's a game right after a loss, or whether it's in the Big 12 tournament. I just see Iowa State as a really dangerous team, as a team that you rather not face. Just because Iowa State is probably going to wipe the floor with you at this point. So, that's my opinion. But, if we take a look at Houston, Houston's next game is this Saturday at 1 p.m. against BYU. Then they got TCU, Kansas State, West Virginia, UCF, Utah, 7-ranked Kansas, West Virginia, etc., etc. They have to win these games. And I'll mention the same thing I mentioned for Baylor and Kansas. The only game that they'll probably have the run for their money the most on is probably, this is tough. Probably, if I want to say, might be this coming Saturday versus BYU. It might be against BYU. BYU's 10-2. So yeah, it might be BYU. But if it's not BYU, it's probably going to be Iowa State, which is on February 22nd is when they play them, or Arizona on February 15th. They could also have trouble with Kansas as well on January 25th. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. That's for sure. It'll be interesting to see what happens. For sure. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, I will, that's gonna do it for the morning live stream for today, for the live stream this morning. I'll be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna hang out and stuff. I'll be live again later this evening, probably at 5. I'll be live again. So, so be sure to have notifications on and stuff. I'll be live again at 5. Alright, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys there. Peace out.